Stormbringer magazine. We're here at the backstage at the Noble Rock Festival, day 1, together with Lamb of God. How are you doing? With Randy of Lamb of God. How are you doing?
I'm alright.
Looking forward to a great show tonight.
Yes, I just went and watched Devil Driver. They were really good. Created quite a cyclone of dust in the Circle Pit. And get done with this, maybe watch some Steel Panther, because they're awesome!
I think Steel Panther is a band nobody should miss in this festival.
No, especially not all the women.
But it's the same with Lamb of God.
Dudes like our band more.
You think so?
Yeah, we don't get the ladies. We're not.
But you want to get the ladies for the show?
Well, we'd like them to see the show, but we're all married, so, you know.
I can understand what you're meaning. Yeah. Let's talk about your latest album, Resolution. It was released this year in February. Reaction was very cool from the press. It's a very raw and brutal album, very from the sound, very straightforward to the point. How was that time in the studio, working all together?
Well, we wrote the record at home all together, but in the studio we record separately. So I'm always the last guy to record because I have to have music to record to. But I was in New York for 2 months recording, and it was a really good time for me. I normally don't like to be in New York City more than like 3 days because it's too many people. Too big. I'm a country boy. I like shit like this, the fields, you know. And but after I was there, like about a week, I started sort of getting into the New York groove, and I actually had a really good time. And recording the record, it was the best vocal recording experience I've had so far.
I can remember some time ago I saw a DVD from your band, and there was something like the songwriting police. Every one of you look very for this unique sound, that everyone work together. So, as your position as a singer, what is important for this unique Lamb of God sound? Because it's like when you hear Lamb of God and you don't know them, you know it when you hear it in the radio. You know what I mean? Because it's this unique sound. What is important for you or for the band to create this?
Well, I think what it comes down to is that we're 5 very different dudes with 5 very different musical tastes, you know, and all those kind of meld together. For me, what's personally important for me, and I guess it would be the same for the other dudes, I can't really speak for them, for their instrument, but for me, what's really important for me with each record is to grow as a vocalist, to try and add a different sort of character, I guess, that I've never done before on a record, you know. So to really push myself in the studio and make my voice do things it hasn't really done before. That's what's really important to me, you know. That and not sounding like shit.
Yeah, but it's like for me, I enjoy really to listen Lamb of God because it's very aggressive, you know. You have this also if you. Yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, I listen to a softer version of the Beatles, but sometimes it's Lamb of God. But let's talk about another release what's coming up in 2013, your movie, what's planned as the Palace Burns.
Yes, I guess that's the working title.
It's not fixed. What do you kind of tell us about that movie?
That movie is, well, have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, huh? Like, basically the movie, it's a look at our fans, you know, less than us, because we've already made a bunch of DVDs where, you know, guys follow us around with a camera, and the last one, I don't even remember what it was, Walk With Me in Hell, I think we called it. The last one, it was like what it's like to be on tour with us, and it was very long, I believe, like 5 hours, so you're kind of exhausted by the end, which was the point, because we want to give you the feeling of being on tour, which is exhausting after a while, after you've been out for like years. Not complaining, it's just tiring. But this movie, you know, we really want to sort of turn the camera outward and show our fans, where they come from different areas of the world, and, you know, how they discovered our music and what it means to them, you know. So.
And your fans, as you told, they come from every part of the world, so you also travel a lot around the world. You do many shows. I can remember the new video from the actual record Resolution. was filmed in South America. There was a really mad crowd, but I know much bands are doing an interview that always South America is a crazy place for playing shows because the people must be there mad at this music. For you as a vocalist, as a lead singer, what is important? What want you to give to the people? What want you to give with your appearance on the stage? Like, because you're really near to the fans in club shows, for example.
Well, I don't really worry about my appearance, you know. I mean, as you can tell, I'm not exactly a supermodel. But what I want to give to the fans is honesty, you know, how I'm feeling at that time, you know, and that for me is like I have to think about what I write about, what I'm singing sometimes in order to get into that mindset, in order to give them an honest expression of what the music is about. You know, sometimes when you're on stage, you start thinking about other things while you're singing. Like, sometimes I think about, like, cutting my grass at home. For some reason, that's always a big one. I'm like, fuck, I haven't been home in 3 weeks. I bet the grass is about this high. You know, I gotta mow it. And I could be in front of 40,000 people and be thinking about mowing the grass, and then I'll be like, oh, shit, I'm on stage. And I have to remember, you know, that I am there. You know, and I'm not mowing the grass at home.
You're mowing the people.
Yeah, I'm mowing the people. Exactly. You know, so I mean that's where the energy of a crowd really comes into play. You know,
take the energy of the fans and give it back.
Yes, when it's very much that way. When we're playing, if the crowd is really hyped up, we get more hyped up, and then we get more hyped up, and then the crowd gets more hyped up. So that's when you really are focused with each other, you know, when there's a lot of energy. And
explosion.
Yeah, and the best shows are when I walk off stage feeling like I'm going to die. Like I can't even stand up. I can't breathe. I'm fucked. I'm just like, I have a massive headache. Then I know it was a good show.
And what's about when you talk about this massive show and this brutal stuff you do and give it to the people give it back. It's like squirrel and explode then in the really good mood or aggressive mood. When you're sitting at home, when you're after mowing your grass or something, and may you start to write the lyrics for your songs, like songs Walk With Me in Hell, or you've got Now I Give You Something to Die For or something. What do you think about that? All the things what's happening around in this world, or what actual people do around in your area you live?
Both. Mark wrote the lyrics to both of those songs because he and I write about half and half the lyrics. Walk With Me in Hell is a love song to his wife.
Really?
Yes.
Because you go through
hell and
through heaven.
As long as you have each other, you know. He wrote it as a love song to his wife. So yes, we do write love jams. But yeah, it's like it's just it depends on whether, you know, we have some political music. Depends on like how we're viewing the world situation, particularly in America. When we write about politics, we tend to keep it strictly to American politics. You know, I wouldn't write a song about Austrian politics because I'm not Austrian.
You should.
I know nothing about them.
I can send you some.
I'm not qualified to speak on Austrian politics. I am on American, you know. Any American is if they educate themselves. But yeah, we write about world issues, and then we write about just stuff in our immediate lives. So a lot of times lyrics, ideas for songs come from me. They come to me when I'm driving my car.
Or your grass.
No, not mowing the grass. Mowing the grass, I think about. If I'm mowing the grass, I normally think of jokes for some reason. Mowing the grass is a funny thing to me. But when I'm driving my car, song lyrics will start coming to me. Sometimes I have to pull over so I can jot them down, or I'll say them into my iPhone, you know, real quick, and then go back and write them.
So you always do this on the road, you can say.
Yeah, a lot of song lyrics do come to me when I'm just at home driving.
That's great. It's some kind of inspiration. So I would say thank you for the interview. Thank you for the time. Thank you for this interesting answers to our questions.
Thank you for asking interesting questions.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But I must say it's always like the same. The last words are for you to your fans out there.
Austria, thanks for coming out again. We will see you soon.
Thanks.